Have you ever looked at your cat curled up on the couch and wondered whether the way they act, the way they love you, and even the way they get sick has anything to do with whether they're male or female? Most people assume a cat is a cat, and that personality is just random luck. But the truth is that gender quietly shapes almost everything about a cat's behavior, health, and emotional world, from the way they greet you at the door to the way they handle stress when a new pet moves in. And today we're going deep into 9 surprising science-backed differences between male and female cats that even lifelong, experienced cat owners are often completely unaware of. So if you've ever wondered why your cat does the things it does, stick around until the very end, because a couple of these points might genuinely change the way you see your own cat forever. And by the time we're done, you'll probably understand your furry companion on a whole new level. Let's start with affection, because this is where the biggest misconception lives. Most people assume female cats are naturally sweeter and more loving, but in reality, male cats, especially once they've been neutered, are very often far more affectionate than people expect, constantly following their owners from room to room, head butting hand for attention, rubbing against legs, curling up directly on laps, and happily bonding with every single member of the household without playing favorites. And this isn't just a coincidence. It's largely driven by hormones, because lower testosterone levels after neutering tend to make male cats calmer, needier, more relaxed, and far more socially open, while female cats take a completely different emotional approach to love, often bonding intensely but very selectively, usually choosing just one favorite person they trust deeply rather than spreading affection evenly across the household, which is exactly why a female cat's loyalty can feel more exclusive, more earned, and honestly a lot more special once you finally win her over completely. Moving into the topic of territory, unneutered male cats are famous for roaming far away from home, spraying strong-smelling urine to mark their turf, and getting into aggressive fights with rival males, all driven by powerful mating instincts and a natural urge to expand their range as widely as possible across the neighborhood. But here's the twist almost nobody talks about. Female cats are actually often more protective of the home itself, since in the wild, females are the ones responsible for raising and defending their kittens, so they tend to guard their immediate living space fiercely, even if they personally rarely wander far from it, which means that a hissing, defensive female isn't simply being difficult or moody. She's following a deep, ancient biological instinct to keep her territory and her family completely safe from any potential intruder. When it comes to communication and vocal behavior, female cats are generally the far more talkative of the two, using an impressively wide range of meows, chirps, trills, and yowls to demand attention, request food, or express affection, almost as if they deliberately train their owners to respond instantly on command, while male cats tend to communicate through lower, more territorial sounds like deep growls and aggressive yowls during confrontations with other cats, or simply through scent marking rather than constant vocalizing throughout the day. So if your cat seems to have a strong, loud opinion about literally everything that happens in the house, there's a very good chance you're dealing with female. Mating behavior reveals what might be the single biggest personality contrast between the sexes, because unneutered male cats become almost completely obsessive the moment they sense a female in heat, even from considerable distance away, sometimes traveling for miles across dangerous territory, refusing to eat, howling constantly through the night, and fighting off rivals just for a single chance to mate, driven entirely by pure instinct and overwhelming urgency, while female cats behave in a far more calculated and strategic way, often mating with multiple different males across just a few days specifically to increase genetic diversity within their litter and dramatically improve the overall health and survival odds of their future kittens, which really shows that female cats aren't just acting on emotion during this process. They're being remarkably intelligent and strategic about their reproductive choices. Health differences between the sexes are especially important information for every single cat owner to fully understand, since male cats face a significantly higher risk of dangerous urinary blockages because of their naturally narrower urethra, a condition that can rapidly become life-threatening within as little as 48 hours if it's left untreated, especially in cats that are overweight or eating a poor-quality diet, while unspayed female cats face their own serious set of risks, including pyometra, a dangerous and extremely painful uterine infection that can turn fatal without emergency treatment, along with a noticeably higher likelihood of developing mammary tumors later in life if they're never spayed, And the genuinely encouraging part of all this is that spaying and neutering dramatically reduce these specific risks for both males and females alike, making it one of the simplest, safest, and most effective ways any owner can extend their cat's overall lifespan. Grooming habits also differ quite noticeably between the sexes, with female cats generally being far more meticulous and consistent about keeping themselves spotlessly clean, an instinct rooted in reducing their scent so that predators and rival animals can't easily track them or their vulnerable kittens, while male cats, particularly unneutered ones, may actually maintain a stronger scent on purpose as a deliberate part of marking their territory and signaling their presence to every other cat in the area, which fully explains why some male cats seem a little more low maintenance and relaxed about grooming compared to their more fastidious female counterparts. Play style is yet another area where these behavioral differences really show up clearly, since male cats tend to strongly favor rough, high-energy physical play like wrestling, chasing, pouncing, and tumbling around, almost as if they're constantly testing their own strength and burning off excess restless energy, while female cats often play with far more patience. Perfectly timed move, a trait that most likely comes directly from their instinctual role as more careful and efficient hunters who historically couldn't afford to waste precious energy while feeding and protecting a hungry litter of kittens. Social behavior around other household pets tends to follow this exact same pattern, with male cats generally being noticeably more tolerant, easygoing, and adaptable when a brand new animal is introduced into the home, especially once they've been properly socialized early on, while female cats are typically far picky about sharing their personal space, often requiring a much slower and more careful introduction process, particularly when meeting another female cat, since they naturally prefer being the sole ruler of their environment rather than sharing the spotlight with a rival. Maturity and development also unfold on very different timelines between the sexes, with female cats often reaching full sexual maturity remarkably early, sometimes as young as 4 to 6 months old, which means unexpected. Surprise litters can happen far sooner than most owners ever realize if precautions aren't taken in time, while male cats tend to mature more gradually and slowly overall, with their territorial instincts and full adult personality traits, sometimes taking up to a full year, or even longer to completely develop and settle into place, which is a genuinely important factor every new owner should seriously consider when planning out spaying or neutering schedules for a brand new kitten. And finally, there's one more difference worth mentioning before we wrap up, and that's how each gender tends to handle stress and change within the home. Because male cats generally adapt more quickly to disruptions like moving furniture, welcoming guests, or even relocating to a new house entirely, bouncing back to their normal relaxed selves within just a day or two, while female cats tend to be far more sensitive to sudden changes in their environment, often needing extra time, patience, and a calm, predictable routine to feel completely secure and comfortable again, which is simply one more reflection of their deeply rooted instinct to protect and stabilize their surroundings at all times. So at the end of the day, understanding whether your cat is male or female isn't just fun, interesting trivia to share with friends. It's genuinely useful, practical knowledge that can help you better anticipate their behavior, strengthen your emotional bond with them, choose the right combination of pets for your specific household, and ultimately protect their long-term health and happiness for many years to come. And if you found these differences as fascinating and eye-opening as we did while researching them, please let us know down in the comments below whether your own cat is a mysterious, independent little queen or a clingy, affectionate Tom who never leave your side. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more content just like this, and turn on notifications so you never miss another deep dive into the secret, surprising world of our favorite feline companions.